How narcissists control you. What if someone never tells you what to do, yet somehow you slowly stop trusting your own thoughts? You apologize for things you didn't do. You feel guilty for setting boundaries. You start wondering if you're too sensitive. And the strangest part? You can't even explain why. This is how psychological control often works, not through force, but through subtle manipulation that makes you question yourself instead. Not everyone with narcissistic traits behaves the same way, and only a qualified mental health professional can diagnose a personality disorder. But people with strong narcissistic tendencies often rely on similar patterns to maintain control. Here are some of the most common ones. 1. They make you doubt your own reality. Imagine bringing up something that hurt you. Instead of listening, they immediately say, "That never happened. You're imagining things. You're remembering it wrong." At first, you argue back. But after hearing it enough times, you begin questioning your own memory. Maybe you really are overreacting. Maybe you're confused. This manipulation is often called gaslighting. Its goal isn't simply to win an argument. It's to make you trust their version of reality more than your own. And once that happens, control becomes much easier. 2. They make love feel conditional. In healthy relationships, love doesn't disappear every time there's a disagreement, but controlling people often use affection like a reward. When you agree with them, they're warm, affectionate, supportive. But the moment you disagree, everything changes. They become distant, cold, silent. Without saying it directly, they teach you one lesson. If you want my love, you have to earn it. Eventually, you stop expressing your real thoughts just to avoid losing their approval. 3. They slowly isolate you. It rarely starts with, "Stop talking to your friends." Instead, it's much more subtle. "They're a bad influence. I just don't think they care about you. Why do you need them when you have me?" Little by little, you spend less time with the people who knew you before the relationship. And once your support system becomes smaller, the controlling person becomes your main source of validation. The fewer voices you hear, the easier it becomes for one voice to shape your reality. 4. They turn every problem into your fault. Healthy people can admit when they're wrong. Manipulative people often can't. No matter what happens, there's always someone else to blame. If they're angry, you caused it. If they forgot something, you distracted them. If they hurt your feelings, you're too emotional. Over time, you begin carrying responsibility for problems that were never yours. And that constant guilt makes you easier to control, because guilty people often stop defending themselves. 5. They keep you chasing their approval. One day they praise you. The next day, they criticize everything you do. The rules constantly change. You never know which version of them you'll meet. This unpredictability creates emotional confusion. Instead of asking, "Is this relationship healthy?" you start asking, "What can I do to make them happy again?" Without realizing it, your energy shifts from protecting your own well-being to earning their approval. 6. They make boundaries feel selfish. You finally say, "I need some space," or "I don't like being spoken to that way." Instead of respecting your boundary, they respond with guilt. "So you don't love me anymore? After everything I've done for you? I guess I'm just a terrible person." Suddenly, your simple boundary becomes a conversation about their feelings, and instead of protecting yourself, you end up comforting them. That's how emotional manipulation can quietly erase healthy boundaries. 7. They make you forget who you were. Perhaps the most powerful form of control happens slowly. You stop wearing clothes you like because they'll criticize them. You stop sharing opinions because they'll argue. You stop seeing friends because it's easier than another fight. One small compromise doesn't seem like much. Neither does the next one. But months, or even years later, you look at yourself and wonder, when did I become this person? The answer isn't usually one dramatic moment. It's hundreds of tiny moments where your authentic self was replaced with the version that caused the least conflict. Breaking free starts with seeing the pattern. Control doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it looks like constant self-doubt, like walking on eggshells, like believing someone else's emotions matter more than your own. The most important thing to remember is this: healthy relationships don't require you to shrink yourself to keep the peace. They don't punish honesty. They don't make you question your worth every day. Real love doesn't need control to survive. It grows through trust, respect, empathy, and the freedom for both people to be themselves. The moment you stop asking, "How do I keep them happy?" and start asking, "Is this relationship healthy for me?" is often the moment control begins to lose its power.